Okay, so you guys should hear me now. I'm gonna make sure it's working now, so just give me a minute. Okay, so it seems to be working. So today, basically, I'm just gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on making cool thumbnails. I also made an edited video if you don't want to watch a live stream. Sadly, I won't be doing comments for this video, but potentially the next video, maybe. We'll see. So today what we're going to do is we're going to use two different apps, Procreate and Chrome. So what I always start with is first of all, I'll show you guys some of the thumbnails I've made. So this one, I used Procreate and Chrome, and I did that for all of them. So we're going to make thumbnail more like this today. We're actually using that background, so yeah, it's going to be a lot like this one. And then we might do a survival thumbnail, maybe. We'll see. But what I start with, I go into Chrome and Blockbench. And I will put this in the description once the stream is over. But if you want, you can just copy that right there. Those letters, and it should bring you right to the free version. And what we're going to do is go to Minecraft Skin, and we're going to create a new model. And I usually do Slim. That seems to fit a lot of them. Bedrock Edition, because that's what I'm playing on. And then texture from your photos, this one right here. Okay, now layered texture. So now we have the skin in, but this is just the paint section, so you won't have your other layers. You're going to go to Pose, and I can equip all these on the right, like that. So now we have all of our things equipped. So now we can pose him however we want using these poses, or you can just start like this and pose him how you like. For this one, we are going to we're just going to bring the arms out a little. Also, if you don't know, I'm doing this on mobile completely. So if you don't know how to move the character's arms in Blockbench, on the top left, you can switch between these two buttons, and you can choose which one you want to use. I actually didn't know that when I first started making these thumbnails, so it looked pretty bad. Okay, so we're going to do that. Going to bring the head up a little. Also, for rendering, like for adding shading and stuff, it's harder to do because you need another app called the one that I would recommend is called Nomad Sculpt, but I don't have that one because it costs money. So, and let's also rotate these arms a little bit just to give it a cooler appearance. One thing that sucks about doing this on mobile is that whenever you want to undo something, you have to press edit and then undo, so you can't undo very fast. Okay, we're going to move this back a little. Anyways, but yeah, I won't be doing comments for this video because I can't. But next we do screenshot model. Also, if you want to do some form of shading, you can press this and it'll just kind of shade it, sort of. I like to keep it on that instead of this super bright one. So we'll just keep it like that. It helps with making it brighter later on. And then I'm going to go to the north angle, like that. Okay, now we can screenshot model, and then we have it right here. Those arms look a little bit weird, but it doesn't have to be perfect for this because I'm not really using it. I'm just using it as an example. So you can save it, open in, save to files. So I'm saving it to my folder, keep both. Okay, so now we can go into Procreate, and then the canvas size you're gonna want is this one right here, which is 1,280 pixels by 720. So we're gonna select that one, and we have this. This is the exact size you need for your thumbnails. So we're going to insert a file, and we're going to look for the one we have that we chose. It should be here. Okay, I think it's number 30. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I don't need that little guy yet. But we're going to insert a photo, and we're going to do this one. And I know how crappy that looks right now, but it's going to look cool. It will. Oh, we don't want to move that. So just position the guy where you want him to be. Also, it really helps you if you use Nomad Sculpt for this. It just helps with the posing a lot. So we'll just pose him how we want for now. So we're going to go to this right here. I always duplicate it and then hide one of them just in case I mess up. But basically how this works, so I'll use this as an example. We have to split this drawing up into layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out this area right here. Okay, that's going to be our first layer. Everything down here. Okay, and then our next layer will be the bed because there's a lot we're going to have to do to the bed. And then our last layer will be all of this stuff. And the sky looks ugly, so we'll probably replace that as the last layer because these islands and this stuff in the background are also little layers. And there's a random person right there that we're probably going to get rid of because we don't want random people in our photo. We want this to look clean. So this S looking thing up here brings you to this area. And you can remove, you can add, you can color fill. For instance, if I color fill and do a rectangle, it color fills it. If I do freehand and do that, it colors it. So yeah, that's a pretty neat tool, but what we will be using, we will not be using color fill. What we're going to do is use freehand and trace this. This is going to take a while. This is probably the most boring part. But you just got to get through it. And then you get to the fun stuff like shading or adding text. So I'm doing the first layer right now. Usually you don't have to go too specific on like these pixels. You don't have to do that. You can just do a circle around it. I like to do it tighter than that though. It in small details like this, it's hard to notice, especially when it's on a video as a thumbnail because it's hard to see it. So we'll just do a rough outline. Like so. The tree is the worst part. When I'm making custom thumbnails for people, I usually do it as best I can. For me, I don't really work that hard on getting all the gaps, but when I'm doing custom ones, I'll usually get all the blue sky spots through the trees out and then add a new sky in because because other people might care. Okay. And once we go all the way around, we can connect it with the dot at the other end, and it'll be good. I'm doing this as fast as I can, guys. Bear with me. Because I know that this is a little bit boring. Also, I am hoping to do a Minecraft live stream at some point. It's just kind of hard. We'll get rid of this person, hopefully. We might just have to leave her in there. Okay, so I was about to say we were done, but turns out we still got an entire tree. Yeah, this part takes a while, but like I said, it gets a lot more fun. Also, the thumbnail, the art YouTuber I watched to learn a lot of this stuff, like, if you look on my channel, you'll notice my thumbnails just out of nowhere get good. Like, one day they're stupid looking, and then the next they're, like, actually cool. But, yeah, I watched a guy named Sparkseye, and he makes really good content, and his alt, not Sparkseye, also makes good content, because it's the same person. Okay, so this right here, automatic, lets you select sections automatically. For some reason, my threshold thing is down, so. Oh, we don't want that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just want to get this stuff. Okay, right there. So now, after you select that part with your automatic, you can grab it and pull it away and just dump it over there. So this part's nice and easy, and it's kind of fun, I guess. And also, if you can get rid of an area, you should. Like, it just makes it look better. But like I said, I don't usually get all the spots in the middle of the trees unless I'm doing a thumbnail request for one of my friends. So there we go, that's the first layer right there. So now we can separate the bed, I guess. Whoa. Yeah, make sure that you're switching between your stuff. Also, I did not make the thumbnail for this live stream. I just wanted to experiment and see how ChatGPT did, and I feel like it did a pretty good job. When I first asked it to make me a thumbnail, I described myself, my Minecraft character, and it gave it a mustache for some reason. So, which I thought was pretty funny. Another thing, with my Minecraft skin, if any of you guys were wondering why I don't use it, it's because I play on Xbox, and it's kind of a hassle to get that skin, but I'm trying to get a gaming computer so that I can use that skin and use texture packs and stuff. Also, I have Brilliant PvP. I got that texture pack so that my videos are cooler. I haven't been able to release one of those videos for a while, sadly, because my editing device is broken. And it might be a while till I release, like, a long video like I used to. like challenge videos and stuff, it's probably just going to be like, all I can record right now are 4-minute clips. So yeah, we'll see. I guess I could make a cool like Skywars video with that. Okay, the reason we're outlining all of this again is because we have to get that other layer in the back. And sometimes I even mess up and I just get the same layer again, so let's hope I don't do that. You could maybe use the automatic for this, but you might grab stuff that you didn't want to. But yeah, this is a really cool tool. Almost there. Yeah, and on this layer, I'm not putting too much detail into it. As you go out towards the back, you don't need to be as specific because usually people can't see that very well at all. So yeah, you definitely want to work hard on like the main pieces, like the bed. I will definitely give lots of tips for that. I really like shading the bed and stuff because I feel like it just changes like crazy. The colors are so much more vibrant. Almost there. Trying to do this fast. Also, Drippy Art YT gave this video a shout out on his channel, so thank you, Drippy. I think I just did exactly what I didn't want to do, and I just, yeah, whoops. I did the same layer. Oh, dude, that sucks. Yeah. Okay, so I really messed up right there. Now it's going to take longer, but I don't actually think that we need to get that now that I think about it. That's only if you want to change out the sky. Which I was going to change out the sky, but I don't want you guys to have to watch that for the third time. This is also my favorite Bedwars map now that I think about it. Outlining this, almost there. Okay, we'll just go through that torch for now. Not much we can do about that yet, but we will deal with that. And we'll just go through the flower for now. And copy and paste. And now we have the islands. This looks a little bit wonky at the moment, but hopefully we can fix that. I've used this image before, but I can't remember how I did it last time. Okay, but yeah, like it's really rough around the edges, but like I said, that doesn't really matter because it's super back there. Like people will be, it's blurry. It'll especially be blurry after we're done. Okay, so we could add a sky. I think we're just going to keep this one. And we're also going to get rid. Never mind. We'll leave it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually get started. That's the boring part, getting started like that. So what I always start with is I hit this magic wand thing and then hue, saturation, and brightness. You can change it. Like, it already looks 100 times better like that. I usually take a little bit more time on it than that, though. Here, we'll make it brighter. You don't want to give it too much, otherwise it looks a little bit weird. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, now let's change this ugly sky in the background to look a little bit nicer. Yes, like just turning that all the way up helped so much. Maybe we should go with the dark blue. That might be, no, because on the edges, see, it like really messes with it. Lighter. Okay, that's still messing with it. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, like I feel like, here, we'll put this on top. Like, look at the difference there. It's already better looking. And we barely even started. Okay, so now we have the bed here. So we're going to choose where we want our light to come from. Usually I do it from this corner, but you can do it from wherever. But yeah, I'm going to make it come from this corner right here and come out that way. So let's get started. So we're going to separate this into pieces with the freehand. And I know you don't have to do this. I'm changing where the shading is coming from. Like the light is coming from on the right already, but I don't really like it like that. I want the light to come from somewhere else. I want this to look different than when it started, basically. Okay, now we'll get this front part, which will actually be our lightest part instead of our darkest. Copy and paste like so. And we will also group these together like so. Okay, that should be, yeah, okay. So now we do the hue, saturation, and brightness again. We're going to darken this side up, give it a lot of blue, but you got to watch the wood color. There we go. That should be good. And then we'll make this our brightest side. Yeah, like that looks cool. I feel like we should make this side slightly darker. Yeah. But now this up here, this is looking super ugly, so let's change that. Okay, copy and paste again. So now let's change that up. Turn up the blue. Okay, that's really bright. I feel like that's too much. Just a little bit brighter. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. It looks a little bit weird where it connects right there, but we should be able to fix that pretty easily. Another tip I have is always add a shadow to your stuff, like always. So what I do is get an ellipse. I do the S, ellipse, color fill. I change this to black. You literally just make an oval like that. Do this. Distort so that you can really move it around. And then the sun is coming from that corner. That should be good like that. And then turn that down a little bit. You can have it as dark as you want. I feel like that looks pretty good. Like, now look at the bed difference. Like, it just takes a little bit of time to make your thumbnails crazy. Okay, so we're almost ready to add the guy in. The guy is the last thing I do, just so that he matches his surroundings. So we're going to add a new layer, and we're going to put it in between this layer. Right? Oh, it's not working. Here. We're going to put it in between this layer and this guy back here. So we're going to put it in that crack right there, in between them. So we're just going to do any brush. Untitled brush is good. Make it as big as you can. So we want a brighter, like a mist color. I feel like the mist, you don't have to do this, but I really like doing the mist. So we got it. Yeah, okay. That's perfect. Right in the middle there. And then turn the opacity down. And look at the fog. Like, that looks awesome. Here, we're going to do that. Just go over it a couple times. That's a little bit, yeah, you gotta turn it way down. Just so that you can't really see. Okay, that looks so bad. I feel like that looks pretty good right there, but I didn't go all the way across. Looks like we're redoing it. You can see it so well is the problem here. Just make it dark as you go down. Okay, that looks pretty good. It looks a little bit wonky up there. We can probably just erase some of that. For a second, I thought I was going to accidentally erase everything. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Here, we'll do an arch so that it just looks a little bit better. Okay. And also, we can add some mist down by these stairs. But we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so that seems to be about it. You gotta make sure you get the little details too, like this torch, for example, like just the little things. We can not color fill that, please. Okay, so now we have it right here. We're gonna put it underneath this layer. Then we're gonna do the magic wand. Then we're gonna do this blur right here. Turn it up. And it should change. Yeah, it's not very. Here, we're just gonna delete that. And we're gonna draw a little bit of dark orange right behind it. Like that. Yeah, I think I like that better. That didn't really do anything, but just little things. You might as well. Okay, so now I think we're good to add the guy in. Oh wait, no, I said I was gonna do the stairs. Okay. Yes, let's do the stairs real quick. We're just gonna do a cool fog at the bottom of the stairs. 'Cause why not? Okay, copy and paste. And put this underneath. Like that. Now we should be able to draw in the middle of them. No, this has to be above it. That doesn't work either. Okay, I can't really figure this out right now. This goes down here. Okay, that doesn't work either. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into this one, and we're just gonna get rid of this on this layer. Make sure you keep the steps in the other layer. And you just hit remove, or you can just slide it out of there. Okay, so now this should work. That did not work. Oh, it's because I was drawing on it. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to turn it down, make it thicker. And we got to do that one color we were just doing. We'll copy this. Okay, that looks really bad. We'll just do a light fog. And another thing you can do, you can hit on the top right, this finger. I don't really know what to call it. And just blend it. Let's do a regular brush. Turn it down a little bit. Ooh, I actually really like that. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that actually looks really cool. I think I'm gonna do that with this. Just make it look a little bit more like fog. Yes, there we go. That's so perfect. I like that. And the fog coming off it is cool. Okay, now we can add the person. So here's the person that we're using. He actually looks really bad, so I'm gonna use a past one. Here, we'll just use this guy, a running guy. And you can try and make your scale the same as other stuff. Like, I feel like right there's a pretty good size compared to the bed. I'll make it bigger. Unless we put him on this block. Line up the feet with the block. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now we're going to start creating different sections so that we can do a little bit of shading on this guy. So the front of the head is going to be the darkest area. Actually, I probably should have changed up his color a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now let's separate this part. Copy and paste. Darken it. And there's a little thing that you can do to make this look a lot better. I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, separate that. Make that darker. And then I feel like the last part I need to do is this leg area right here. Actually, we'll do the leg and the bottom of the foot in one. Like that. Now we'll darken it. And then I feel like that's pretty good. Copy and paste. Darken that up. I don't know why there's like a weird red right there on my hand, but I'll just fix that a different time. Okay, and then also to group stuff up really fast, if you slide it to the right super fast on all of them, then they just do that, and then you can just click group or delete if you want. And then I'm actually just gonna flatten this. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, so the light is coming from that corner. We'll do a white. So now we're doing a cool highlighting style. We'll do an orangish sort of. Just ever so slightly orange. Needs to be solid. Wait, we should probably actually copy this. Okay, that doesn't look good. We'll do white. Make it thinner. And then just do like the areas that you think that light would probably be hitting. Probably not right there. We'll do it on the back of the head. Because that's like where light would hit the most probably. And maybe on the top. Also, you should probably do this on a separate layer just in case you don't like it. Okay, so now, oh, I did not do that on a separate layer. Okay, so we'll just duplicate it and erase this section. Okay, we'll just go with that. And then on this one, we'll erase this. Okay, there we go. Now we could duplicate that and do like a glowing effect with the blur again. Usually I do about 10, but this is a pretty thin line, so. How does that look without it? Oh, that looks bad. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay, I feel like that looks decent. And then it looks like he's just like stickered onto the page, which looks really weird to me. So I'm gonna fix that like right now. It's kind of freaking me out. Okay, ellipse, like last time. Color fill, and then black, and then just do an oval. It really doesn't matter where you put it right now. Do distort. So the sun is coming from top right. So let's make this. We'll just make the shadow go off the page, sort of. I feel like since Minecraft characters are kind of thin, there wouldn't be much of a shadow. We'll do warp so that we can get this going. There we go. Okay, so I feel like that looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks with it. There we go. I really like that. And we'll bring that out because they're also pretty tall. Okay, so now it actually looks like he's on the island, which I like. Another thing, so I want to add a weapon into his hand. So if you go to here again and do a new, and then do Minecraft item wizard, this is something that comes with the block bench. You can create an item, and you can do any of these, which is really cool. We'll do a sword next. We'll just name it 1 so that this goes fast. And you can also, if you're making like a game mode, you can customize it, like how much damage it does, which I think is really cool. And then you should definitely do item model, don't do icon. And then we'll do 1 just to get through it. And boom, we have a sword. It doesn't really look like a Minecraft sword, but I don't really feel like making one of those right now, so we'll just go with this. So now we're gonna go back to here, and we're just gonna screenshot it. Go into Blockbench, and then we're gonna do a reference image. Add reference image. Photo library. And then enter that in, and then edit reference image. Okay, because we want to know where to put it in his hand. Okay, so now we have our sword. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate this how we want it. Okay, we're gonna do an angle just to make this a little bit easier. And we're gonna make this bigger because it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, there we go. Now it should be nice and easy. Okay, we're gonna go to the rotator like that. Okay. This is not necessary, by the way, to make a cool thumbnail. So we're gonna put it the way that we want it. We're gonna, I don't know why it's doing that. Here, we'll select it like that. There we go, that's better. We want it to look like it's actually in his hand. So we'll move it around. Whoa. What is happening right now? Okay, we need to rotate it more. It's kind of hard to rotate it from that view. Okay, there we go. We'll also expand the handle a little bit when we're in there. So save it. I'm gonna save it to my files. Keep both. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Procreate and insert the file, sword. And there we go, we have it actually in it. We're gonna move this above all of this. And it looks kind of bad right now, but it'll look good. So we're gonna put the handle on like that, okay? And now we're gonna take this handle and separate it. Oh, we don't want to color fill. Copy and paste. Okay, so now we're gonna make it so we can make it longer, not like that. Distort, actually freeform. There we go, now that looks a little bit better. And we gotta change up the hand a bit. Because it'll be like he's holding it. We gotta hide the sword though because I can't see it. We'll squish those together. Nope. Okay, there we go. Okay, so hide that. And we're gonna make it like his fingers are over the sword. I didn't really get the whole thing. So we're gonna copy and paste that. And we're gonna put that over the sword in the layers. And then when we do it, it looks a little bit better. Let's fix this up a little. First time I've actually done drawing on this thing, I feel like I've just used the special tools for this tutorial. Okay, so that looks decent. Let's add like a thumb. That might make it look better. Okay. I think Minecraft characters have thicker thumbs than that. Well, Minecraft characters actually don't have thumbs. Okay, that actually looks really good. I really like that. Okay. And let's also add some dark part to it, like shading. Because this handle right here would be over it technically. Might as well do some combining like that. There we go, from a distance. That looks pretty good. Also, let's add a little detail to the blade real quick. And just make it shine like that. And then duplicate that, but we can't because I did it on the same layer. Okay, now we'll make a glow effect on that white. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll just keep it like that. And the last thing we need to do is add text. So we'll just say first live. Exclamation mark. And text. So it doesn't come with Minecraft text, Minecraft fronts, but in my video that I made, I tell you how to add this. So if you want to get a Minecraft front, then just go to there. Go to my past video. Okay, so now what we do is we're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to make it glow. Usually I only do 10. 10 seems like a pretty good level. And we're going to combine these and group them. Okay, so now we can use the rectangle tool, this one, and then color fill, black, and then do that, and boom, we have it. Okay, make it not as huge. Okay, for some reason my brightness is turning down. Oh, that is so much better. I didn't realize that my brightness was down. Okay, distort. I like to distort it. We'll actually make it bigger right here. And then maybe lean it back. Lean it back like that. Okay, now we're gonna put this group behind our Minecraft guy. Like that. But now I can't really see it, so let's make it smaller. We could even put it behind the bed if we wanted, but we'll just put it right here for now. It's kind of hard. I'm taking up so much space, I don't know where to put it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I really like that. That's a really good thumbnail. So, guys, that's it for my first live stream, how to make a thumbnail. I hope that this helps you with making thumbnails. Something I definitely recommend for everybody's thumbnails is to add the fog, to add these bright shadings on the sides, to definitely change the bed, add shadows, always add shadows, otherwise it just looks like your character's a giant sticker, and then always make glowing text, because glowing text is fun. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.